then if you could type your names in the live stream, that would be great. All right.
Hello, everybody. My name is Harold Irvin. I'm here again to discuss some things with you about reentry to society and the difficulties we go through and what kind of help is out there that's realistically and unrealistic. And let's talk about the things that's going on in this world that people don't realize that's going on, and have to make a better adjustment for people that's coming on after me. Not have to go through these difficulties that I've been going through, and where I found my help, and I'm continually finding my help. As many of you know, or you may not know, I've done 30 years in prison, and I've just been released. I just had an anniversary of being a year of being free, February 14th. And it's still a struggle. It's like I just got out yesterday. It's still a struggle every day. Just being realistic is it's tough. It's tough being free. It's a lot tougher than I thought. While you're in prison, you have a lot of dreams and a lot of expectations and things you want to see, you have a lot of dreams. But when reality hits and you get out here, none of that it doesn't pan out the way you quite thought it would be. And not only the struggles of day-to-day living, but you have all kind of obstacles you got to go through. You got to pay this, pay bills, and deal with family issues and relationship issues, and all kind of stuff comes up. And you never calculate into that end while you're in prison, thinking about what you're gonna do when you get out. So it's kind of rough being free, actually. And a good friend of mine, my mentor, says sometimes I seem like I'm still kind of what they call it, shell shocked or whatever. I actually, like I said, I've been out a year, and I've actually, when we go to restaurants or something, like we'll probably go eat when we leave here, and I kind of ask permission to go to the bathroom. Say, I'm finna go to the bathroom. It's part of being in prison for long. You had to get permission to go to the bathroom. So I still got a lot of issues of being incarcerated mentally in my mind. Like I said, I went to prison when I was 23, and I've done 30 years in prison. So I've been in prison longer than I've been in the world. So it's a lot of stuff I'm still having to struggle through, and it's rough. But I got the support of the Spirit Program, Richard and Brian and my family. Kelby and Paul and Maddie and Benny and a couple of family members are still sticking there with me and hanging in there, ain't letting me mess up. They got my back, so, and I rely on them a lot, because I don't want to go back to prison. It's kind of prison was I guess you get it into your mind. You don't have to pay no bills. You don't have to worry about where you're going to eat. You don't have to worry about getting up. You don't have to worry about your clothes being clean. You don't have to worry, so it was kind of you get used to that, Now you got to do all that yourself. So it's kind of rough. But if any questions you all might have or anything, and especially the guys that's listening, that need some type of advice or need some type of help or just somebody to talk to or whatever, contact us, man. Let us know, man. And I'm helping somebody else will help me to stay stronger and to keep me on focus on what I'm trying to do. Helping guys, man, because it's rough out here, man. And if anything y'all want to ask me or any questions you'd like to have answered, I'll be honest with you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm gonna keep it real with you, as they say. And If you have anything you want to say, Rich?
Yeah,
Right.
great, thank you. So I think we've done a good setup for the problem statement. You know, somebody's been in prison for 30 years, they get out, they don't know what to expect, and it's a different world, and you got to learn everything, things that people take for granted that everybody knows. You don't know it. And there are things I'm having to explain to you, which I don't mind. If you don't know it, then I'll explain it. But I think some of the real value of what we can offer is some specific advice to people who are in a similar situation. Is there anything that you would like to offer? Just what's, something you wish you had known?
Well, it's something it's an issue that's I don't know how deep to get into this issue, but you don't want to hurt anybody. You don't want to hurt anybody. So I would suggest relationships. Be careful, because you don't want to hurt anybody.
Take it slow.
Take it slow. Take it slow. Don't jump off into anything, because people you care about. I care about some people, that I shouldn't have went the way I went. Shouldn't have went as quick as I went. Just be careful with that. Because you don't want to hurt anybody. It hurts. You hurt yourself and hurt them too. So just be careful about jumping off into. Take it slow.
Mm-hmm.
Take it slow, because if it's real, it's gonna be there regardless. So just take your time, and even with family issues, just like I had a daughter just pop up recently. I jumped off into there too quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And just take your time about relationships jumping into, because you've been incarcerated, shielded from situations and what's going on in the world. They've been out there in the world. So you jump out there and you're thinking one thing and they're thinking another.
Mm-hmm.
So, just take your time and learn people. Let them learn you. But, just take your time with relationships. And learn the value of money. You just can't, you just can't pay everything and don't have anything, don't know. That'll lead you back to prison.
Mm-hmm.
Jumping out there too fast financially.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It's rough.
Yeah. That's great. Thank you for all of that. And if anything else occurs to you of advice you want to give to people, then by all means, they can jump on here and hear it. I see there's a lot going on in the live chat.
Yeah.
So you want to go see what people are saying here?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna get my face in the camera here for a little bit. And there's also, it's kind of a weird long delay here, but wow. Okay, we got Kelby. Hello, everyone. Kelby's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan says Virginia is here. Jonathan says John is here. Kelby, we're trying to grow as a unit. Thank you. Jonathan, full or Virginia, full screen does not show chat column. Correct. Good point. So if anybody wants to do chat, you have to unfull screen and then find the chat and type something in. William Allen says, William Allen here. Is this live right now? William Allen, it is right now. Thank you for joining us. Oh, and Jonathan Virginia says, yes, it's live now. Mm-hmm. Kelby says, yes. William Allen says, prison. Jonathan says, Virginia says, takes a while to detox from that kind of trauma. She says, so I hear you. William Allen says, prison is designed for failure. That's why you get used to the unusual. Right. Kelby, that's the start. Kelby, we are trying to change that way of thinking. Virginia, Richard is right. You just time travels to the future. It's true. That's amazing. Yeah, thank you, Virginia. As deep as you need to. All right, I think that's all. I think I've seen all the live chat. That's it for now. That's good stuff.
Hey, Ryan.
Oh, I got texts.
Okay.
I got to check. You can fill in if you want while I'm on my phone.
Well, I want to share the screen with my nephew. If he's willing to come on. Willing to come on, Kevin?
At this time, I don't know,
Well, we just sitting there talking. All right. You want to let him come in with you?
Oh, yeah.
Kevin, come in.
Yeah.
Well,
that's my main man here. That's my Kevin. That's my nephew. And he done been through the experiences I done been through, and just letting him know, if it weren't for him, I don't know if I could have made it as far as I have been right now. But I love him like a son. He's my nephew, but he's more like my son than anything, and I love him dearly. And he might want to share some experiences he's had, the tough stuff he had to deal with about being out here, what was a challenge or whatever, to help other guys that's going through this kind of stuff.
well, I basically go through the steps and, basically like first step one anyway, so we're going to take it there so we understand where coming from there gives you the perspective of what's going on. Getting out of there, mind frame, far as thinking and timing. You have to stick to what you thought about for all the time. You sat around and relaxed and had no time in the world. Mm-hmm. But to go we're not in the prison right now, so we're going to talk about being free. Yeah. We're going to talk about being free, like next step, movement. As far as like, I go by 5 P's. 5 of them. Perfect planning prevents poor performance. And I basically, walk my steps with that. So, planning. Perfect. You ain't going to be perfect, but it happens. Perfect. Planning. Okay, planning. For like getting a job, relaxing, knowing what you got to do, steps you got to take, not letting things break you, because it's more easier to say, well, I quit, I don't want to go back. I want to, I want to go to this. But it's the better plan is to walk and just keep pushing. Keep pushing. I don't want to come on here and just be like down, like I'm sad and, I do need, but we just keep going. That's what I'm trying to get. 30 years, half of my life myself, but just going. Just being human beings of the time and what we got to do. I may be jumping around, but I really got all kind of stuff I can talk about. But far as just walking and keep going, you just keep going. And it's people that, like this right here, we trying to build this to help. For those who don't understand. Because it gets a blockage where you think you helpless, but you're really not. You're really not. You got all the tools in the world. I could go live in the woods. Yeah. They thought Eric Rudolph would eat trash. I could eat, you know what I'm saying? Like I could eat leaves. No, but serious business though. Like never want to be in there planning. You thought about, okay, say give yourself 60 days in a room. Just think about like the stuff you would write down. I've been practicing that now, writing down stuff, just like see if I can make it work. And guess what? Boom. Here I go sitting here talking live on YouTube. But gonna be about success, not failure.
Yeah.
I got my uncle, and it's crazy, I got another uncle in here. He's my other uncle from my mom's side. So it's pretty much like, and I've grown in their shoes, but my mind thinking has taught me to go a little further and push them. Even though they old, push them a little further. But I got him here to talk. You know, I ain't gonna hold up the camera, but I'm waiting to see. I want to see who corresponding with us, what they feel like I need to do to help, because I got my mind, you know, on the right prize.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Even on camera, I tell you off camera, but I'm so proud of you, man.
Yeah.
You know, things you accomplished. I go to your house, see your vehicles. Your son, you just got him a dirt bike, you know, and he's so proud. He come and hug me. Hey, Uncle Harold. I hugged him. I said, man, this is all right, man. You know,
right.
And I just strive to be. Even though you're my younger nephew, I just try to be like you. I mean, you know, your example is, and I love that you ain't turned your back on me. You keep right on there with me, and just like you brought me up here today, you know, me and Paul, you know what I'm saying, and you're right there with us, man, and I appreciate it, man. I really love you for that.
Yeah, you know I love you.
You know, so Paul, come on over here.
Paul Howe.
Paul Howe.
Paul Howe.
Yes. My nickname for him is Push It, and he called me Dudley.
What's going on, man?
All right. Well, he's another one that's a success story, I think, for being out of. How long you been out now?
It'll be 11 years.
Been out 11 years.
July.
And he's doing pretty good. Me and him stay together in a trailer down there. We got a nice little setup and everything. And this man here is a philosopher. I can say that much. He's got a lot of stuff on his mind, and he's been successful for 11 years of staying free. So if he ain't got any advice for any guys or whatever, y'all need some advice or whatever about what you need to do, how to do, or if you just need somebody to talk to, I think he'd be a good qualified person. But yeah, Paul, you had the floor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Or is it still good morning? Yes, as you said, my name is Paul, and I believe I am the elder black sheep of the family, because I'm the oldest one, and I'm the first one to really start getting in trouble in the family. It seems like I set the path for everybody else to come along when they should have stayed on the clear path, and I should have stayed on the clear path. But I got kicked out of school when I was 16 because I wanted to hang out with the older guys, and drink and carry on, you know, just do what we want to do. And that led me to a path of trouble. These guys already graduated school and stuff, but I didn't. So I'm out there stealing, carrying on whatever I could do just to, you know, show myself to be worthy of hanging with them. But I think I spent about 24 to 25 years of my 58 years locked up, off and on. It's always one thing or another. And at the time, I didn't realize that my mindset for each time that I got locked up, I got released with the same mindset I had before I got locked up. That I could return back out there and get with the same people and basically do the same thing. So it took a bunch of knots on my head for me finally to realize that the people I kept running back to upon my release, wasn't there for me during the time that I was gone. So I had to break that way of thinking to running back to what I knew and get to something I didn't know, and that was trying to live my life in a progressive way. So now, like Harold mentioned, family. Family is the thing that gets us through it. Family and a good friend base, a true friend base, people that want to see you succeed. Don't want to see you keep going in and out that door, back and forth to prison. Because it's my sister. It's just us. But my sister, she carried me for a long time. Believe me when I say that. We didn't always agree, but she was always there for me. And I know, just like my nephew now, Kelby, he's gonna surprise me because he's out here doing his thing. He's working, got him a nice home, family, and living. And Dudley's doing the same thing. He just got out here, and it's gonna be a little stressful for him, but he's working hard. He doesn't miss no time from work. He doesn't complain about going to work. He's there. It's the things that we want. If we want to be out here in this world and succeed, we got to have people to help us, and we got to help ourselves. Because nobody gives you nothing. Believe me. I've been out here 11 years now, and it's been a challenge because at times I still wanted to go around them people that I used to hang around, but I see they still doing the same thing. But I know I don't want to go back there because that's going to lead me to doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. So, like Harold said, I done moved down to the country now. I'm living the country life. I'm on disability for being injured. But I take time out to think more about life now and give more perspective to what I can do to try to change the situation for somebody else that might be coming out or that might be trying to be preventing themselves from going in. Mm-hmm. So this is my first journey over here with them to see how everything is working. And they got something going here, really. If you don't have nobody, good friends, true friends, good strong family base, contact Spirit College program and let them get with you and try to help you out and get you mapped out. Because ain't no need of being out here on your own.
Amen.
Struggling. You can struggle with some help, but it'll make it a whole lot easier. But I thank God that I have quit drinking. That was one of my major problems too. Drinking. I mean, I used to go in the liquor store and steal liquor out of the liquor store before they even knew you had that you was able to steal liquor store. I liquor out of the liquor store. I was stealing liquor out of the liquor store. I had a terrible drinking problem, and thank God I got delivered from that September the 9th of last year. It's 5 good months now sobriety, so and like I talked with Richard a time or two, and Richard is good people. They got a good heart, and they want to see people make it. You got a lot of people that talk about wanting to see you do good, but then you got those that work with you to see you do good. So you got
college program.
You got to get yourself in there and get involved with people.
That's right.
Don't be walking around and say, "Well, I can't get a job. I can't get no help. Do this." Are you trying? You got to try, because nothing comes to your doorstep but a welcome man. So you think about that. And, if Harold got any questions for me, you got any questions for me, Dudley?
Well, I was just, you hit on that Spirit College program, man. That thing brought chills up to me because, man, I done had some roadblocks and battles, and man, I called Richard and Brian. They there. When a lot of people, I'm not gonna bash a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people's situations, they can't do certain things. Like Richard and Brian, they don't, they can't do certain things. So but at least they're there.
Right.
They'll be there, try to help you. And that even if they don't have, let's just say, like my car right now, for instance, I done hit a deer. It's drivable, but it's look crazy. But we finna try to get that took care of. And my bills get piled up or slip or something. The bank was getting me with my money and all this kind of stuff. I was just going crazy, Here come Richard and Brian, bam, right there with me, And it ain't like they just throwing stuff at me. It's just like kind of like a crutch type situation. You need a little help sometime, not all the time, but you try to. If it wasn't for the support of my family and this Spirit College program, I think realistically, I probably would have been back in prison by now. You know, because it was this type of situation where people don't realize the kind of help you need. You know, if it ain't nothing but a conversation, you know, just a shoulder to cry or lean on or something, somebody to talk to they can understand, and or just a listening ear. I might call Richard and talk 2 hours and he ain't said a word, but I just needed that ear for that minute. You know, just the vent and stuff, and you know. And so I know a lot of guys. I know in my situation, like I done 30 years. I know a lot of guys need that type help. You know, if it ain't nothing, just a listening ear, somebody that understands. You know. So, well, Richard, you want to come back over here for a minute? Sure. All right. Thank you for all. I'll see you in a little bit. I love you, boy.
Y'all think about that now. Get with the spear. Get with the spear program.
All right, man.
All right.
Well, I appreciate all that setup.
Well,
So, for the people who don't know me, I'm Richard Liston. I'm the founder and president of Sphere College Project. We are getting more and more established here in Western North Carolina with, you know, people like you're seeing today. And we do education and support and guidance for people who want it and need it. Not exclusively reentry from prison. Matter of fact, in a minute, I'm going to show you, well, let me do it now. Right up here, we have some artwork by Virginia Stewart, Boulders and Berries. Virginia joined us. It's going to take like 15, 20 seconds for this to show up for me to even see whether you're seeing this. But Virginia joined Sphere back in 2009 and has been dedicating herself to becoming an artist, the artist that she can become, and I'm only now seeing myself go get it off the wall. It's just strange. It's strange. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's not too bad. And go look at her website at viewsfromwithin.com. Virginia has never been to prison, but she's been with Sphere for quite a while, and we are promoting her artwork. And we believe that is going to be supporting us, through her artwork and other Sphere participants. We are going to be able to support this program now, but we also need money now. So we have 2 vehicles for, I can't write it down, I'll put it in the description again. We have 2 vehicles for donations. One is by sending a PayPal contribution to donations, plural, at spherecollege.org. That's one way. Another way is we have a Patreon account that I started a while back, haven't talked about much. So it's 0 in there now, but it's going to grow. And you can do a monthly donation there. So it just so happens that there's so much need and desire in the reentry area, so that's where we're working right now. The thing that I wanted to let people know about, that I want to make sure we're doing a good enough job with here, is for people, you know, Harold says, I got a job, and you know, Kelby says, yeah, Harold's working, not complaining about it. I think people need to understand what you're doing. Why don't you come back and, so Harold gets up at what time in the morning?
about 6 in the morning.
About 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Gets ready for work. Goes to work at what time?
8 o'clock. I'll be there at 8.
8 a.m. And works until when?
8 at night, mostly. Sometimes it's 10, 11 o'clock at night.
8 a.m. to 8 p.m., sometimes 10
10 to
10
11.
p.m.,
Mhm.
sometimes 11 p.m.
5 days a week. They want you to work 6 days a week.
5 days a week. They want you to work 6 days a week. Doing what?
Running yarn through a machine.
Yeah, a little machine like.
No, big, gigantic, huge machine. Got all these buttons and gadgets and twists and up and down steps and chemicals everywhere, and it's a mess.
And somebody loads the machine for you, right?
No, you load it yourself.
Oh, you load it.
Yeah, you got to
How
load
long
it.
is the lunch break?
30 minutes.
30-minute break for lunch.
Yeah, 30-minute break for lunch.
What about dinner?
What dinner?
You don't get a dinner break?
Well, you get a 15-minute break if you want to eat dinner, if you're going to run to the store or something. But that's about it.
Okay. I looked this up on the, it's going to take me a minute here. I looked this up on the North, and there are a lot of comments going on there. I got to get to those.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do this one this time. And we're about 11:30, so we got time for pretty much all that we wanted to do. I'm going to look up North Carolina. What is it?
And I turned in my resume. This is my 4th job.
Overtime.
And I turned in my resume for the job skills and stuff I've had while I was in prison, all the programs I took and everything. And I got a job immediately just because of the programs I've taken, you know. And when that job, I went to another job and they hired me again. And I haven't been without a job. Yeah, I haven't been without a job in a week since I've been out of prison, and I've been in 4 different jobs. They hired me immediately. They get a federal tax write-off for hiring convicted felons and stuff. So they get a tax break, $2,500 for hiring people. And if you got job skills and stuff like that, that's an added bonus. I was just a supervisor at the plant where I was working at before, and they about to go belly up, so they released everybody. So I went back to the job I used to have, which I'm at now, but I'm in a different department. And they are rough. This is a rough. I'm ready to change jobs. I'm really ready. I don't have any time.
All right. So I was curious whether this was legal in the United States and in North Carolina in particular. So I found it on the North Carolina Department of Labor website, and I'm going to post this link in the description whenever I get around to being able to edit this video. Let's see. This is just a part of it. I'll read more. There are no wage and hour laws that limit the amount of hours that a person 18 years of age or older can work, either by the day, week, or number of days in a row, or that require breaks for employees 16 years of age or older. An employer is free to adjust the hours of its employees regardless of what the employees are scheduled to work. For example, to avoid having to pay time and a half overtime pay for hours worked in excess of 40 in a work week, that is Sunday through Saturday, an employer could adjust the hours of an employee who has already worked 34 hours by the end of a Thursday by requiring that the employee work only 6 hours on Friday and not work on Saturday at all, regardless if the schedule has called for this employee to work 8 hours on Friday or Saturday. Okay, that's just one thing. That doesn't apply to what you're talking about, but it's, you know, they can adjust hours. This is the part that kind of got me. The decision to work employees in 8-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts, etc. is entirely up to the employer.
What? I didn't know that.
Department of Labor. The decision to call an employee back in to work on a scheduled day off is entirely up to the employer.
Whoa.
An employer can make the working on a scheduled day off or working a full shift as a condition of employment, regardless of an employee's start time or end time. An employer can make the working of overtime hours as a condition of employment.
Whoa.
Since an employer can make the working of overtime mandatory, the employer can terminate an employee if the employee refuses to work overtime, regardless of how many hours the employee has already worked that day or work week. The employer does not have to give its employees any advance notice of having to work extra hours.
Whoa.
An employer can inform its employees that they have to work overtime at the last minute. The employer does not have to take into consideration how the work schedule will affect an employee's personal life.
I did not know this.
And it goes
I
on.
might be finna get fired.
It goes on and on. I'm just saying. It just
I'm
goes.
supposed to be working right now.
It just got, well, right.
And I was supposed to work last night to 10 or 11 o'clock, and I didn't.
Yeah, well.
And I said, I can't work today because I got stuff to do for the Spirit College program. I said, man, I'm in a program that I have, that I feel like is detrimental to me staying sane and staying free. That I have to do on Saturdays and Sundays, man. I got to be with my program and stuff. I wouldn't even continue being in this job if it wasn't for them, So I got to take care of this, to keep my sanity, to keep me free. And they say, well, you don't want to work tonight? I said, no. I said, they want us to do 20,000 yards of yarn per machine. I hadn't been getting, this is the third day on the machine I've been on the machine. I finally got 20,065 last night. And it usually take guys months to get that high. So I really exceeded it. So I said, I'm leaving at 8 o'clock. You're not going to stay to 10? I said, no, I'm going to stay to 10. No, for what? I've exceeded what you wanted me to do in 3 days. Y'all ain't trained me on this thing, but 3 days and I done it. Well, you work tomorrow. I said, no, I'm not working tomorrow. So I don't know if I have a job left, but it's just that when I go in, it's nighttime, it's dark, and when I leave, it's dark. I don't have any time to do nothing during the daytime. It's like I'm free, man. I'm out of prison. What is y'all doing? I can't step back into another prison. My other job, I was supervisor at the plant, and but we got off at 5 o'clock. Decent times. You can go run to the store, do what you got to do, whatever. It's still daylight. This night to night, come on, man. I can't. 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I cannot. So I don't know how long. I believe I'll be looking for employment pretty soon. Monday they might tell me to turn around. I don't know. But, I'm prepared for it. I'm quite sure.
We'll do what we can do to help.
This is rough, man.
We could use some support from you.
Yeah.
All of you watching this video right now, you can go to the places in the description and help us out. I would love to hire Harold. I'm not saying that we haven't discussed it, but it would be great if we were in a position to offer Harold a position of being a mentor with Sphere College Project. That would be great for a lot of people. Can't do it now. So I suggest we look at all these comments on here and see what's going on.
Okay.
And then we can, what?
Probably just us.
Oh, that's fine. That's great. Yeah, and then Harold has a letter he'd like to
Oh, little David.
read or have read.
I'll read it if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot of comments. I need to
Because it basically
scroll
goes
up
along-
here.
Hmm.
It basically goes along with everything I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where we took off, Virginia says, "Hi Kelby." William Allen says, "Believe in yourself. Confidence in yourself. Nobody can take it from you. I see you both. Happy for what you're sharing on this stage. Progress. Mind frame upon release. Nobody owes you anything. Accomplish your plan. Makes you a man or woman." Kelby says, "Always stay focused." William says, "Fact. Make a checklist for yourself. Do one step at a time. You will succeed. Doing too much at one time is overwhelming." He says, "Kelby, you're impacting lives. Keep doing what you do."
That's my boy.
Kelby, I want to be a walker, not just talking. William, Paul, you're only a black sheep because you see yourself as such. Negative thoughts, not acceptable. Be the example of how to come through bad choices. Nobody is perfect. It's how we overcome and learn. Kelby, you are walking trust. I see you. Jonathan or Virginia, bye, Paul. All right, Paul, I was the black sheep, no longer. Virginia, thanks, Richard. Paul, later, oh, that was, I guess Virginia was saying thanks for showing her artwork to the world. That could be the greatest exposure she's gotten so far. We got 6 viewers on now. Let's see. Paul, later, Jonathan. All right. Kelby, thanks for the invite. I will give you more uncut opinion next time we talk. I have to run now. Love. Later, Paul. Later, Harold and Paul. Much love, family. All right, cool. Great.
Yeah.
People are interacting, talking. If you got any questions that you, the viewers, would like to ask, then by all means, type them in there and we'll get to them.
Okay.
So,
I want right now I would like to Kelby to come back over here with me. Or yeah. And like I say, my most of my nieces and nephews are, if y'all know my history, most of my nieces and nephews are older than me. So my great nieces and nephews are who I call my nieces and nephews. But this fella here is like my son. And I got another one that's in prison. His name we call him Little David. And we love him, man, and we miss him, and we're trying to do what we can to get him out of there. They gave him too much time as a juvenile for something he didn't do, and he didn't tell on his buddy that did it, so they punished him for it. And we've been trying to get him out of there and everything. And he wrote me a letter. Heartfelt letter, heart-touching letter, and I wanted to share it with guys, share it with y'all. And him and Little David and Kelby is like brothers. They was raised up together, so I was wanting him to read it. It was wrote to me, but I'll turn it to Kelby.
Well, you know, I write him, you know, every time, but I just didn't bring. I felt like this was the one I wanted to read. I wanted to be shared because it's just the way that we, as being black, growing up in this society, you get raised into something that you don't even know is the beast. So this is just a part of it. It's just a part of it. And believe me, I'm reading this live right now myself. This will be the first time. But I know I already can feel what he's saying. Uncle Harold, man, it's been a long time since we seen each other. As crazy as that may sound to you, but my uncle Tiphead, my dad,
That's his dad,
and Jimmy, my uncle, one of my dad's brother, another nephew. Rest in peace to them both. Both used to say I was just like you because they used to say that Uncle Harold didn't play. And after they gave me this life sentence that I'm serving, I stopped playing too. But listen though, hopefully they're gonna let me out soon. My whole case is some BS. I was young and wild and really didn't know what I had gotten myself into. I didn't really have no family support back then during my term and leading up to this. They just felt like they could do whatever they wanted to with me. So here I am. After 23 years of state, I can't believe I never ran across you. I used to ask around for you, trying to see where you were. Most of the time, we were in the mid. in SEG or whatever.
Let's see.
Then Benny told me you were in honor grade. I stayed in close most of my time. But see, he's saying close, and when we say close, he meaning
Custody level.
custody level. I mean, like, this where we at, no outside, unless they won't let you get some daylight and, you know, all that stuff. So it's the terminology. But I had to send it home. Hold up, where at? I'm glad that you finally made it out. I used to have a picture of you and Aunt Rosa, but I had to send it home when I first made medium and went to
because I had too many pictures. My sister Danielle has it in Atlanta. I sent it to her. Anyway, Kelby just wrote me, and he sent me your address, so I had to drop you a few lines. I love you, Uncle Harold, and I hope that one day they let me out of here so that we can see each other. Only you know what it's like to do what I'm doing here, yeah? Do not know if you ever certain people. I don't know if you'll ever see certain people again, to know that if you ever make it out to be gone for 20 plus years, all the time has been hard. Very rarely have I ever had a support system in place out there. Everything I got on my own. It made me stronger. I don't even know if Uncle Bo or Aunt Val or Aunt Rose or any of them still living. He don't even know. But if they are, please give them my love and tell them I love you.
what you need, huh? I mean, like, this is what this ain't written. This is real life. You see what I'm saying? This is real life. What we talking about right now.
That's
You
my
see what I'm
boy.
saying? You see what I'm saying? This is stuff you gotta walk through, huh? This is the, know that we trying to do the right thing.
It seemed like since Mom Mary died, our whole family just split up. She held us all close together like a family's supposed to be. Growing up, I had so many questions that I never got answered about our family, because by the time I got old enough to ask them, nobody was around to ask them too. Like Mom Mary. Do Mom Mary have any brothers and sisters? Yes, she do. Who was Mom Mary's father? Where did they come from? What about aunts and uncles or cousins and all that? I'm gonna answer all that for you earlier today. I'm the last one in line to let everybody know everything. I was the baby, but I know everything. But yeah, like I said, it was good writing you, Uncle Her. I even cried a few tears. Me too, boy. Reading your letter. Write to you this letter, just thinking about it all. The last time I saw Aunt Sam, that's my sister Sam. She showed up at the trial after they had found him guilty, and I guess they had put it on the news. But they're in the middle of the trial and deciding where they're going to give me the death penalty or life. And she walks in the courtroom. It's my sister. You know Sam. She walks in the courtroom and went straight up there and hugged him. And they didn't even stop her. You know how Sam was. That's Sam. May she rest in peace. She didn't care about the proceedings or what was going on. She walked up there and hugged me and told me she loved me. And didn't care if they take her to jail or not. After that happened, they gave sympathy for him. They gave him the death penalty. They gave him life instead of the death. It was a sign from God to them, saying, okay, yeah, somebody loved this child. Okay. I love Aunt Sam over that. But that was the last time I saw her. And when I heard about her passing, I found out about it too late. It really made me feel some type of way. To me, Uncle Jimmy, Tiphead, Used to regular on the phone. I used to talk to Tiphead and Uncle Jimmy on the phone on the regular. In fact, I made my sister videotape Uncle Tiphead on her phone for me when they come to Atlanta to see her. I told her to do it because we're going to need something of him to remember him after he's gone. I wish I could have got that same thing done with Uncle Jimmy, because I honestly don't know if any of all you're going to be there when I get out. I'm going to be here, boy. I'm going to be here. I'm coming to try to see you now. We were just talking about that today, trying to figure out how to go visit him. I'm going to ask Richard and them to look into that for me. That Spirit Progress, they do all that kind of stuff for me. I'm telling you, when it's heartfelt, if they let me out, because they don't have to. After all, I'm serving life without parole, and my parole and my record is messed up. But we'll see. My lawyer said that spring, let me see, my lawyer, to be well, see you, my lawyer said this spring, just don't get any more write-ups, and I've been on my part, do my part, and he's supposed to be getting out this spring if he stay out of trouble. I love you, nephew, David Young. Okay.
Now see that one, that wasn't to have you feel a certain. That was like more like, you know, how we was raised, what we stepped into. So that comes with the planning too. So we was raised not even to know that, you know, like trouble. Not to think about that we heading towards, you know. So that's why I'm so pushed forward with this right now, that I take time for myself to get it together and, you know, sit down and think that, you know, I'm here to help no matter what I'm going through, but stay grounded.
Yeah.
But I'm walking with people that, you know, trying to do better for themselves, and one day he will be here.
Yeah, we're going to get him.
He will be here.
We're going to get him. Thank you, Richard. You know.
Thank y'all for this stage, and, you know, love you. Yes.
Thank you. All right. So, two things. One, I want to give a shout out to Audrey.
Yeah. Hey, Audrey.
Audrey has also been extremely helpful.
Yeah.
And it's important to acknowledge. So, thank you. And
Queen Audrey. That's my queen.
And we need your help. No donation is too small or too large. Everything helps, and we will put it to extremely good use. So look in the description and help us out, and encourage others who are in a position to do so to help us out. $5 a month. You think we don't appreciate that? We appreciate $5 a month. If we get 100 people, that's 500. We get 1,000 people, you know, and we can do that because this is important. We can do this thing. So I want to look at the comments and chat, see if there's anything going on over here. Let's see. I don't see anything. Oh, it says unable to connect the chat.
Minimize your screen.
Try again. I can't. Nah, it's not gonna work. I don't know. But I don't know. Can you guys see any chats on there that I cannot see?
Yeah, I see him.
Maybe I can see them on my phone.
They on there.
Hey, let me look at yours.
I don't know where you was at.
Let's see. Ooh.
Small.
All right, there we go. We got Jonathan or Virginia saying that is legalized slavery. Paul says right. Virginia, a beautiful letter. Virginia, what a brave, proud lady.
Sam.
Sam.
There you go. Paul, yeah, you had to know her to know that when it came to family, it was nothing to stop her.
That's right.
Virginia, I hope we can meet him someday. David.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta write him. Yeah, we gotta write him.
Thank you.
We gotta write him and get him. We gotta get him a place to stay and all that kind of stuff. We need all the help we can get. We gotta get him out and get him a place to stay. Get him started just like they helped me. We got to help David. He ain't never been in trouble before. This first time he ever been in trouble in his life. He wasn't nothing but a kid, man. They gave that man a life without parole. That's crazy. You know, he need a chance, man. You know, I'm gonna do everything. We know we're gonna do everything we can to help him, man. We need him. We need to help him. You know.
The DA that was looking at his case messed up overdosing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who's looking at it now.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what we can do.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do.
Likewise. Everybody's doing their part.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
So if anybody can, you know, not only me and my family, man. I mean, there's other people out there that need help too, man. I mean, there's people in situations even worse than ours, or worse, dire straight than ours. That's why we live, and that's why we're doing this, right? You know, just to let people know that, you know, it's people really need help, man. You know, all the catch-22 setup stuff that's out here, man. You know, it's in other ways. There's other ways. You know, it's all kind of roadblocks and all this kind of stuff out here, man. We got to get around this kind of stuff, man. And we need each other, man. We need each other, man. You know, what you spend on cigarettes or what you spend on beer, you know, you can just donate that, you know, something. Just to, you know, and then it's everything is. I think it's donation is you get it's what they call it when you tax yeah.
Tax deductible
Yeah,
donation.
I don't know nothing about all this stuff, rich and them, but you could donate this and get it back. I mean, but you're doing it a good cause, you know. It really helps me. I know that. It really helps me, you know. And I know some guys in worse ain't done as much time as I have, and still in a worse place than I am. You know, that need help. You know, so or not even in the prison situation, the other type of situations, all kind of stuff going on. Well, anyway, let me turn it over to Richard, and thanks y'all. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for all your help. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay, so talk to your accountants. If you don't have an accountant, find an accountant and talk to your accountant and ask them what a reasonable amount to donate to a 501c3 nonprofit organization is, and look in the description. And I really would appreciate everyone who sees this video telling as many people as you can to watch this all the way through and make a donation to Spear College Project so that we can do the kind of work that we need to do. We're already going to be helping David while he's in, before he is out. And Paul is, what do you got?
Jonathan said he doesn't see the description.
Oh, the description. I'm going to write the description afterward. I'll update the description, so there's not one there now.
Did you say some things about Spear College Project in general that people should know about, in addition to the reentry?
Sure. Little challenging because I could talk for hours about it and picking what's important to know about it. I founded it. I was a computer scientist. I'm a systems kind of thinker, and I'm looking at the system and saying, well, knowledge is power, and we can empower ourselves by, learning whatever is the right thing for us to learn at the time. The program is a 3-phase program. First phase, self and other, is about figuring out what you want to do with your life at this point. Second phase is gain the skills to do that thing. Third phase is action, to do a project that puts your passion into action using the skills that were developed along the way. It's free or donation, and we are in the process of developing an alumni network, even though we don't have anybody who's really gone through the program because we've basically been prototyping. But we have, Virginia, her artwork is it's just about to just go crazy. I recommend people purchase it now at a price that it can be purchased, that normal people can buy it, because it's going to be worth a lot of money and it's a great investment. You can also, another shout out I'd like to give is for Emily Neblock. I'll describe that in the description. Emily Neblock, so you can Google for Emily Neblock double single, and you will find an album of 2 amazing songs that she produced, and download it, throw her $3, throw her $10, $20, whatever, and tell everyone about it. Help us spread the word. That's what we need. We need your help. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and send the link to the video. Click on that share button, share, and then put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram, put it on, copy the link and send a message to people that you think need to hear about it. And people can contact us. So you can go to the website. Website's going to change soon, but it's got stock photos. Can't stand the stock photos, but the language is pretty good. What's that?
Emily on right now. She just
Great. Yeah, I'm not seeing the live chat over here. I don't know what's going on.
She said she don't know how long we're gonna be on. She just
Great. Emily's there. Hi, Emily. Thank you for joining. Now that we're starting to get the quality. All right, so we got our producer over here is giving us the 1 minute sign. So I'm wrapping up. What do I need to do? I need to get off the camera and let Harold.
Hey Emily, I miss you. Love the song. Send me send me some more music. I love it.
All right, I think that's good. So
Next week, same time.
Next week, same time, same channel. Yeah.
All right.
Thank y'all very much for real.
Thank
Seriously,
you for
thank
being
very
here
much.
and participating. So we'll see you next time.
Bye.
End stream. Bam.
All right.
Are you sure you want to end the stream? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure.